What's good, baby? So look, I got up early this morning. I have a full day. First, I always do my coffee with my collagen tea. I gave some information on what brand I use. Collagen is amazing. It prevents you from having wrinkles and so many other things. So the coffee itself I take for the energy. But then I jumped on Clubhouse today at the Writer Asylum. We are talking about, let me see. Oh, can the ketchup conundrum help writers? If you missed this one, you missed something big. And we always have a good time on my show in the mornings at 8:30 a.m. on Mondays. Okay, so after that, I said, let me get ready for you guys. And that's exactly what I did. I had my quick breakfast and I was ready to go. Let's jump into what we're talking about. I'm going to give you 4 reasons on why you should continue to write even if nobody is listening. If you don't know who I am, I'm T Styles. I own and operate the Cartel Publications and the Elite Writers Academy, where I teach students how to build their businesses through story structure, marketing, and publishing, because I want to make sure all of my students have everything they need to be successful so that they only have to work when they want to. And look, today I'm going to give you 4 reasons on why you should write even if nobody's reading. And oh my goodness, I hate when a gnat or something come in here. Like, I don't even open my windows in here. I don't know what's going on. If you see me looking crazy, it's because I get horrified of gnats. Anyway, so this came about for a number of reasons. When dealing with a lot of my clients and students, I always run into a situation where they reach this little plateau where they don't really know if they should write anymore, if they should give up their pen. And I always try to remind them of my very first book. My very first book, Rainbow Heart, it was a self-published book. Nobody was really interested outside of my families and friends. I did have some people buy it online, but for the most part, people didn't really know me. People didn't really care. And I shudder to think what would have happened had I decided to give up on writing, for that reason. 93 books later, my 93rd book, Trees and Two Drops, at probably this month. So if you're reading this now, it's probably already, or looking at this later rather, it's probably already out. And I've been doing this full time since then, and I understand these periods that you run into. I understand how you may feel like, you just want to give up. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons in the hopes that you don't. The first reason is when you write, regardless of anybody reading or not, you discover what types of books you like writing. When I first came out, I wrote a book loosely based off of my life, but what I ended up finding out was that I like stories that start from a young age, where the character is a child and they're developing into this adult. In most cases, I write anti-hero characters. So I really want you to see what can happen if we don't get ourselves together and make sure we watch over our children, what kind of people that we introduce into society. So I found out that I like those stories. That only came as a result of writing 3 or 4 books after. After Rainbow Heart, of course, I got my book deal, and I got another book deal, and I got another book deal before I decided to start publishing my own novels. But had I stopped on Rainbow Heart, I would not have found out that I love hero journey, epic sagas. And as a matter of fact, my longest running one, the War Saga, is 12 books. And it started with him being a child, Cage. Oh my God, another new character popped in my head. Banks Wales. Started with him being a child all the way up to him being an adult. That happens after continuing to write, okay? So that's the first reason. You discover what you like to write. The second reason is you develop your voice. Let me tell you something. The only way you develop your voice is first understanding structure. Structure is very important for a story, because when you understand why you're doing something, when you understand what characters are doing and why they're doing these things, then you can have fun to play with dialogue, to play with wordplay, to play with the third person voice, because the third person does have a voice. You're able to do those things without worrying about, okay, am I following storylines? This is why I always say, if you don't have a writing community, it's always an amazing thing to get into one, because you're saving so much time. With the students that I work with and the clients I work with one-on-one, they're shaving off of years of all the things that I had to deal with when I first started, because you don't have to make these hurdles. So they understand story structure. They understand what a protagonist is supposed to be. They understand what an antagonist is supposed to be. They understand catalyst moments, or what we call the push out of the window moments. Those moments are clear to my students. So when you have that, then it becomes, okay, how do I want to do my wordplay? How do I talk when I'm around my friends? This is when your voice comes into play. So the second reason you should write is so you can develop your voice. Write no matter what for that too. The next reason is people may not know about your book. People are going to find you in many different ways. First, they're going to find you if you have an email list and you are letting your email list know you got a book. The second is, are you active on social media? Are you telling people about your book on there? Or are you afraid of your own reflection? The third thing is ads. Are you spending money for ads? If you don't have a budget, then you need to make sure that you are very active on social media. You need to be making sure that you are active on your email list so that people know. You need to continue to write because everybody hasn't read your book. So the chore becomes making sure everybody reads your book. That's what you need to be thinking about. Okay, that's the third reason. The fourth reason is your writing can help other people escape. I don't care if it's a nonfiction book. I don't care if it's a fiction novel. The only books that may be different is technical books that are more technical, showing people how to do things. But even nonfiction novels where you were talking about how you got over cancer, how you were able to escape a really tumultuous relationship and or marriage, even those kind of books have a story thing, and people, when they are grabbing a book, like to escape in those stories. So nonfiction stories are very, very, I want to say, entertaining. So it's not always about you. My nephew used to say that all the time, like to all of us. It's not always about you. So I want you to remember that before you decide to put down your pen. And fifth, and I didn't say fifth, but I'm adding it anyway. Fifth is, you can make a living doing this. One of the things that I impress upon my students is to make sure that you are prolific, that you're writing quality books at a high number. Why? So that you don't have to work unless you want to. You are able to do this. It's going to entail getting some organization and things like that, but it can definitely be done. So I'm going to run through these really quickly again. I'm going to let you get about your day. Number one, you discover what types of books that you like to write. Number two, you develop your own voice, because guess what? You understand structure. You understand what it is you're doing. Three, people may not know about your book. So the chore becomes letting people know you. Beautiful, handsome, get out there. The next thing is your writing can help other people escape. People need an escape. So it is your job as a writer, as a creator, to allow them, or help them rather, to get to that point. Okay? If you're looking for a writing home, or if you're looking for some planners to help you set up your story, please visit theelitewritersacademy.com. I have a ton of classes there, which are all included for the Elite Writers members. So everything you see in the store is, with the exception of the planners, is free to all of my students. But you got some templates in there. You got so many different things to help you along the way. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. We are not alone, so you should always give back when you see somebody's maybe in need of some information that you possess. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.